Hello, welcome to the Squirrel Tale. Today I'm going to do a video on making a chisel out of an old coil spring. You know, good quality chisels are your most important tools when it comes to making muzzle loaders. I strongly suggest, if you're serious about the hobby, to save up, buy some good quality steel chisels. I personally have some File. I said that wrong probably, but they're German made chisels, but they a couple years ago were 30 to 60 a piece. They might be more now, so I get it. If you're just starting out, it might be something hard to get what you need. But the other option is to forge them yourself. A little bit of work, but it can be very productive. The first thing I'm going to do is cut a section off the coil spring. Now, to get it so you can cut it, you heat this up and you pull on it. It's pretty easy. I can maybe show you that after I do this video, but you know, ideally you want to get a section that you know is long enough. Now, I know what some of you guys are saying. If you're trying to do this in a traditional method, they don't have grinders back then. I know that. So, essentially what you would do is, if you didn't have a grinder, is you would heat it up and then you would grip the end in the vise. Now, imagine this being red hot right now. And then you would pull on it and it would come undone. And then what you would essentially have to do is keep pulling on it till you got enough done. And then you would take one of these and a hammer, chisel it apart like I've done in other videos, and you'll still probably see me doing this one. So now it'll be off to the forge. Got the piece of steel hot. I am going to straighten it. And this is kind of how you would have gone about doing the coil. You can see when I heat and pull, I can get the material straight. And now when I heat it, I'm going to heat this bend up and do the same thing. Yeah. That didn't quite work the way I wanted it, but okay, that should be straight enough. This should be straight enough to pound out with a hammer. So I'm gonna just get this straightened out. Now, for the chisel I'm making, I actually have enough stock for two. So I'll get the section I need straight. But I won't cut it until towards the end. But as you can see, I got a reasonable section straight. The next thing I'm going to do is forge down the tang. Notice when I hit and skip. That gives a flatter surface than if I'm just smacking straight down. I want to make the tank square, and I want it to just taper down to a point. So I'll tap it that way. Rotate it. You can see I'm working down a square tank. I want that to be about 1.5 inches, 2 inches long roughly. Okay, I think that that's suitable for my needs. The next thing I'm going to do is trim it. So I'll do that with the hot chisel like I talked about earlier. Trim it. Always trim longer than you think you need. This is definitely easier with 2 people. And always watch where those 2 pieces fly, they will spurn you. So now I have this piece of material trimmed. It's time to forge out the edge. So a little note here. Well, I'll be alright. Not trying to go too crazy. Now, if you have it pointed like that, that can be annoying. Sometimes the easiest thing to do is to go hit it with a grinder real quick. Square it up. You could hear it, I'm sorry about the no visual, but I ground the tip of that, that'll make it go a little easier. Now I'm not making this chisel too wide, I'm making it about 3/16. So there'll be more work in it, beveling it down to a point now. Got that straight there. I got a little edge straightening to do on this side. Something I want to show. Now with the fire, I only want to heat up a real small portion. So what I have been doing is stick in there like that and letting it sit. In this case, I'm going to hold it like that because I only want to heat up that bottom inch. Because I don't want to bend the rest of it. Get that very bottom edge. Okay. Now honestly, that's where I think, I might come back and forge it some more. But that's probably where I'm gonna leave it for now until I start shaping it. And the only thing I have left to do is the annealing. Now this, I want a good anneal because I'm gonna be doing a lot of file work on it. So I'm gonna make sure I get this whole thing nice and hot. Again, if you're not sure what annealing is, see my heat treat video. Lincoln should be in the description if I remember to put it. I'm just gonna make sure I get that nice and hot. And then I'm gonna pull away any fresh coal. Nope, I didn't get the tip hot. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna let that sit. But essentially what's going on here is it's the opposite of hardening. I'm letting this thing cool really slow. This is gonna be hot for another, you won't be able to touch this thing for another half hour. By it slowing cool like this, it'll anneal it and become soft. So that's my goal here. Some of the other methods are heating it, putting in wood ash. That works. This works too. Or if you have an electric oven, you can heat it up, just turn the oven off because it's all clay inside there. That also works. There's a dozen different ways to do the same thing. This is the way I'm doing it. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Next week I should get into making a shaping it and possibly putting the handle on it, depending on how far I get. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.
Thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe for more great content, and check out our Instagram page at @SquirrelTailShow.